Hi everyone, Attorney J. Dallo here, representing clients facing serious criminal and immigration issues. The question is, what is a preliminary exam? So a preliminary exam takes place in the district court first. So this is a very early on kind of stage of the proceeding in the process. So the defendant has already been arraigned. They've already had what's called a probable cause conference or a pre-exam conference, and the defendant or the prosecutor is demanding a preliminary exam. What that is the prosecutor must prove to the court by a preponderance of the evidence two things. One, that a crime was committed, and two, that the defendant committed that crime. It's not a beyond a reasonable doubt. So the person is not being convicted of the crime, but it's just showing to the district court judge that preponderance level, so it's like 50.1% of those two things, that a crime was in fact committed, and two, that the defendant committed that crime. If the prosecutor is able to meet that burden, and it's a really weak burden, it's one of the weakest burdens that we have, then the district court judge binds the case over, meaning transfers the case over to the trial court, and that would be the circuit court in Michigan if it's like a state case. So that's what happens during a preliminary exam. It's sort of like a mini trial. There's no jury. It's the judge making the decision. The prosecutor can bring witnesses. So the prosecutor will typically bring maybe the complainant, right? So this is the alleged victim. The prosecutor can bring police officers if they witnessed things or they took statements, they will bring them. Now, the defense typically does not call any witnesses. This is the prosecutor's burden, and you leave it on the prosecutor because the standard is only preponderance of the evidence. It's much better for the defense in many cases to simply let the prosecutor put on their witnesses and have the defense attorney cross-examine those witnesses. So that's a preliminary exam. If anyone you know has any questions about that process or any of the criminal or immigration processes, call Dallo Law. We're here to help.